Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about how to prepare and pass AWS Machine Learning Specialty certification. It is one of the toughest exam of AWS, but it's worthy to take this exam. If you have this certification added in your resume or in LinkedIn, it is going to add that kind of an additional weightage. If you go to the LinkedIn profile, you would see around 1.2 million people claiming as a data scientist. But how would company know who is the right candidate for our profile? If you have this certification done, you will stand beside rest of the crowd. That is the importance of this certification. Let me introduce myself. My name is Pankaj, and I'm working as a data scientist for one of the MNCs. It is my third certification of AWS. I am already certified AWS Solution Architect Associate. I have already passed AWS DevOps Professional, and this is my third certification. I just took this exam back in April 2024 and could pass it with 900 plus score out of 1000. And it took me around 3 months to prepare for this exam. I'm going to give you the step-by-step guide, guys, which I follow to prepare for this exam. Also, please do watch this video till end because at the end I'm going to give you some tips which are really very important when you will be appearing for this exam. I will tell you what are the important services that AWS is focusing on, what are the new services that they have launched, how you can link all the services together to get the final result, and as well, this exam is of total 180 minutes. How you can claim for 210 minutes to appear for this exam. Let's go to the Google, guys, and see the AWS certification details. So you have to go to Google and search for AWS certification. Once you search for the certification, go to aws.amazon.com. Once you go in there, scroll it down. And go to the specialty section. Here it will show you the three specialty certification, and of which we are planning for machine learning specialty. Click here and scroll a bit down. Now here you will get the details. This exam is of 180 minutes and it is going to cost you $300. There will be total 65 questions and you have to answer the 65 question in 180 minutes. There is a trick which you can implement. So instead of 180 minutes, you will get 210 minutes, which I'm going to tell you at the end of this session. Then go scroll down, click on download the exam guide. Here you will find all the details, what exactly AWS is expecting you to know when you are preparing for this exam. Scroll down and on the page number 4, it will give you all the details. So these are the 4 domains that AWS wants you to understand, to learn, and then prepare for this exam. So just giving you a rough example in a layman language, what they are expecting you to know is how you will take the data, how you will pre-process the data before giving it to some model or the algorithm to learn from it. Once your model has that kind of an accuracy or precision, then how you will implement this model for the end user. Talking of the domain 1, which is data engineering. So how you will take the data? Will it be your on-premises data? Will it be in the S3? Will it be into the Redshift, the data warehouse? So it is going to take 20% weightage in the exam. So 20% of the questions will be coming from this section. Exploratory data analysis, it is going to take 24%. Then machine modeling, it is going to take 36%. And once your modeling is done, then your implementation and operations, it is going to take 20%. So this is the weightage for the exam, guys. Now let's talk about, guys, how to prepare for this exam. So there could be 2 scenarios. Number first, you are totally new to AWS. You don't know cloud at all, but you do have experience working into the IT services. You know how IT services function. Second scenario could be you already have exposure to AWS services. You might be working in some organization and you are already exposed to AWS services, and now you are planning for machine learning certification. AWS recommendation is you first prepare for practitioner level exam, then go for developers, and then finally prepare for machine learning. My personal suggestion would be, since you will be devoting your time for AWS and dedicatedly learning these services, instead of planning for practitioner, you should be going for AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate. When you will be preparing for AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate exam, I will suggest you to go to Google and search for udemy.com. Um, in this, you have to search for AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate, and the very first link that comes in, that is of the Stephen Merrick. He has explained each and every services in details, guys. Please go ahead and take his complete course. Once you are done with this course, try to understand the services, try to recollect the services that you learned, you are aware of it. And once that is done, then go for the practice exams. Give as many practice exams as you can in the Udemy. As you give these practice exams, it will show you all the details of all the questions or the answers that you have chosen. If the answer is wrong, it will tell you why the answer is wrong or why it is right. It will try to explain it in that way. Once you are done with the practice exams, then apply for certification, and I hope you will go ahead and pass it. Once you're done with this AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate exam, then go for Machine Learning Specialty certification. Same way, you have to go to udemy.com and search for this course, AWS Certified Machine Learning Specialty 2024. There also you would see Stephen Merrick's picture there, right? This course is very good, guys. I personally took it. It has a clear explanation of each and every services, and also the additional new services. AWS has this habit of launching new services in every 6 months. So if you go through his course, there are multiple new services that he has elaborated in much more details. Once you are done with his course, your learning is done. Make sure to take as many practice exam again, uh, because it is going to give you the hands-on before going to the exam. The exam is not very crystal clear. It is not going to ask which service you will use. It will try to give you, how to use all these three services together to solve this kind of a problem. So give as many practice exams you can. Go through that course again, right? Try to remember the services, and that is how you will prepare. Once you are sure that your learning is done, then apply for the final exam and appear for it. Now I will come to the tips. What important tips that you should be aware of? AWS is focusing on all the new services now. Okay, uh, so algorithms you should be aware of. But apart from that, there are many new services that AWS has launched, which includes the SageMaker debugger, um, SageMaker autopilot, SageMaker pipeline, SageMaker data wrangler. These are the services that AWS is focusing on. I myself, when appeared for this exam, there were around four questions for me just on the SageMaker debugger, right? So they are focusing on all the new services that they are launching. So keep that in mind. Apart from that, how you can integrate all these services together, right? So AWS Athena, AWS Glue, S3, QuickSight, how these four services can be linked together. Your data could be residing into the S3, right? But you can use Glue crawler to, to extract the schema, put it into the data catalog, and the data Athena can directly query your S3 and extract the result. Once the result is extracted, you can use QuickSight to display or visualize the result, right? So how you can integrate all these things together? Remember, guys, in AWS exam or machine learning certification, they are not going to give you the simple question, right? It is not going. They are going to ask you how these things can be linked together, right? So remember this thing in mind, and there will be multiple algorithms that you will be learning. Do not focus on which kind of a compute is needed by each algorithm. Each algorithm on SageMaker needs a different kind of computing, right? Do not focus on the what kind of a compute. Yeah, just very important ones like LDA or PCA, which kind of compute would be needed, right? What kind of a file format is needed by these algorithms, right? Because every algorithm would need a separate kind of a file format or support it for particular thing. Also, when you're appearing for this exam is actually of 180 minutes. If you want additional 30 minutes, you have to go to the exam accommodation. You have to go to your account You have to go to the exam registration and then click on exam accommodation. Here you can ask for additional 30 minutes. You have to say that you are a non-native English speaker, and that is how you have to request for additional 30 minutes accommodation. Once you request for the accommodation, you will get an approval, I believe, within 24 hours. Once you have that, apply for this exam, and that is when you are going to get 210 minutes for the exam. That is the additional 30 minutes. I'm going to give all these details in the description, guys. I'm also sharing my email ID and the mobile number if you have any queries, because we also conduct these classes of specifically on algorithms and the activation functions that is used by deep learning. So within a month, we will just be focusing on what exactly the algorithm does. If you are interested, you can call on that number, or you can email us on the email ID that is mentioned into the description. I wish you all luck, guys. Best of luck. Prepare for this exam, and if you pass this exam, please do let us know how was your experience and share the feedback. Thank you so much.